let's dive into an idea that is honestly quietly transformative. It's this concept of how a single tiny shift in your mindset can completely re-architect your future. And we're going to unpack it through a story that, well, it might just sound a little familiar. Oof, that's a tough one, right? That feeling that you're just going through the motions, following a script that you're pretty sure you never agreed to write. Well, that feeling is exactly what we're digging into today. Because what we're really looking at here is the anatomy of a turning point. You know, that journey from feeling totally powerless to finally taking the wheel. And it all gets sparked by one single powerful decision. Let's see how it all plays out. Okay, so our story starts in a place that I think a lot of us know all too well, even if we don't like to admit it. It's the feeling of being completely and utterly stuck. So let me introduce you to Emma. Picture this. She's fresh out of college, doing everything she was supposed to do. Got the degree, landed a job, started adulting, you know the drill. But underneath it all, something just felt off. And this, right here, just hits the nail on the head. It's that classic trap, isn't it? Trading passion for security. I mean, sure, her job paid the bills, but it was just draining her soul, leaving her feeling totally empty at the end of the day. So you see, her feeling stuck wasn't just about hating her 9 to 5. It was this whole cocktail of things, feeling lost, not having any real passion for what she did all day, and that slow, sinking realization that she was just settling for a life that she didn't really choose. And that is a heavy weight to carry around. But that quiet, constant feeling of dissatisfaction, well, eventually it reaches a breaking point. And this is where the story gets really good. It's that moment where you stop just accepting things and start actively making decisions. And that's it. Seriously. No big dramatic event, no winning the lottery, just a simple internal decision. She just drew a line in the sand and said, nope, no more. It's pretty amazing, right? The biggest changes in our lives often start with the quietest moments. And this right here is the absolute core of it all, personal agency. It was that light bulb moment for Emma. She realized, okay, I can't control the job market, I can't control the economy. But you know what she could control? Herself, her own growth, her skills, her mindset. That was her turf. But look, having that realization is huge, but it's only half the battle, right? The real question is, what do you do with it? So how did Emma turn this internal decision into actual real-world change? This is so smart. She started treating her personal growth like a strategic investment, not just a hobby here and there, but a deliberate portfolio built for long-term returns. And that reframing is everything. It wasn't about random activities, it was a conscious plan to build a better future. So what was in this personal portfolio of hers? Well, it was built on 4 key things. First, she invested in her skills, took a night class on a subject she actually loved just to get that spark back. Second, knowledge. She started devouring books on personal development. Third, and this one's a big one, she invested in her health by exercising regularly. And finally, she invested in her community, surrounding herself with friends and family who actually lifted her up. A really powerful, holistic strategy. Now, let's be real, this wasn't some easy overnight fix. It was hard. It meant sacrificing free time and pushing way past her comfort zone. But that's the thing about real growth, isn't it? It's almost always uncomfortable at first. But every little victory, every class she finished, every book she read, it just added more fuel to her fire to keep going. So, she put in the work. She made the tough choices. So, was it worth it? Let's take a look at the return on her investment. I mean, just look at this transformation. It's staggering. She went from aimless to empowered, from unfulfilled to confident, and most importantly, from feeling powerless to being purposeful. This wasn't just a change in her job. It was a fundamental shift in who she was. And hey, these weren't just feelings. Her investments paid off in really concrete ways. She had new, valuable skills. And guess what? Those skills opened up career opportunities she had never even considered before. Plus, her focus on health, it had a massive positive impact on every part of her life. The ROI was very, very real. Okay, so let's bring this all home. What does Emma's story really teach us about being the architect of our own future? You know, years down the road, she could trace everything good that happened back to that one single moment, that decision that enough was enough. It just shows you the incredible ripple effect that one moment of taking charge can have on your entire life. And this right here, this is the ultimate goal. The real prize wasn't about getting a certain job or a specific salary. The real prize was taking control of her own destiny and building a life, a future that felt authentic, a future she could actually be proud of. And that really brings the whole thing back to us, to you. Emma's story isn't just a nice story, it's a blueprint. It's a case study in what's possible. So the question isn't just if you can change your life, but when will you decide to? What will your turning point be?